Shalom. Today I'd like to show you a Bible code about the First Nations peoples. This table has an unusual number of relevant terms, so I decided to present it in two parts so that the table didn't look crowded or confusing. First, we'll look at the terms that run vertically through this table, and they're all at the exact same skip as the access term. So we have First Nations, and here in the red is first, and nations is over in this line here in the red. And it's at a skip of 6,790. The First Nations are an ancient people with great intelligence, although the first Europeans to encounter them considered them uneducated because they were illiterate and had no written language. The word ancient is in this brown lettering going up. Intelligence is in this green. And uneducated is in this light yellow going down. Natives are known for chanting and praying around their campfires. Many lived surrounded by towering pine trees, and they were also successful farmers. Chanting or praying is here in this teal color, flanking the left side of peoples. Fireplace is in this gold going down. Pine is in this line, it's the darker green color, starting with this aleph, wa, resh, nun. And farmer is over here in the purple, going down. The native people were classified into different tribes or clans. The word classification is in this mauve color going up. They lived in the light of the knowledge of the Creator, and many of them practiced circumcision. Light is here in this orange color, parallel to fireplace, and circumcision is in this light teal going up. They're known for their deep knowledge of healing herbs and natural remedies. Amazingly, we have 3 words here signifying healing in this table, all at the same skip. In this dark pink, we have Raphael, the full spelling. Then we have the shorter spelling of Raphael, starting with the resh, going up. And the word for physician is in this green, going down. They even have their own prophecies. And the word prophet is here, starting with the resh, going down to the hay. One of the prophecies that's centuries old is of the Taino people. It speaks of 3 strange war canoes that would be filled with pale-faced, bearded men who would carry with them talking leaves, which would bring them further knowledge about the Creator. But also there would come a great destruction of the native people and their way of life. The Europeans showed up on the shores of the New World and quickly became an enemy to the First Nations peoples. They became a curse and a terror to the peaceful people already inhabiting the land. Enemy is in this blue, going down. Curse is in the orange, going up. And terror is in the yellow, going down. If the Europeans didn't outright kill the natives, they took them captive into slavery. 2 times we have the word annihilation, and this all brought great shame to this proud people. Captive or prisoner is in this purple, right beside the word curse. Killing is in this gray lettering going up. Annihilation is here. It's here 2 times. And it's here. And the word to shame is here in this peach coloring going up. The chiefs and warriors tried to defend their land and their families. They showed a defiance and fierceness toward these cruel intruders, but to little avail. So we have the word defense or Haganah here in this blue color going down. Defiance is here in this blue, going down. And fierceness is in this peach color, starting with the pay, going down. A remnant survived this ordeal, never to return to their original beautiful way of life. And the word remnant is here in the black, going up. And now we'll switch to the second table. And so in this table, again, we see the access term, First Nations. We also have the word beginning here, Rashit. They were the beginning of the peoples here in North America. And the word first is here, which is also part of the access term, Harashuna, first. First Nations peoples are well known for their designs of the canoe, and the canoe is here in this teal color, going across to the left. We also have the word peoples here in this pink, and it's sharing letters in other words, goes to the mem. They have ceremonial dances and clothing, and they use bird feathers to decorate their headdresses. Ceremonial is in this purple, and it's sharing the shin and goes to the yod. And then in the plain text of scripture, it's interesting that there is a list given of different birds, unclean birds that are not meant to be eaten. Now, the natives didn't eat these birds, but they used their feathers to decorate their ceremonial headdresses and other clothing. And here we have the word for raven, and here is the word for hawk, and this is the owl. And those are three birds that they find very symbolic. Now, if we look to the right here a little bit, if more of the scripture was here, it has the eagle right over here. Now, 2 lines above that is Leviticus chapter 1, and it talks about feathers here, and here is wings. So I thought that was significant and put that in this table. In the 1400s and 1500s, the Europeans achieved great seamanship abilities and were able to circumnavigate the world. This brought about much immigration from the old world into the new. So we have seafaring or navigation in this blue color going to the left, and immigration is up in this blue going to the right. It shares a yod, and there's the hay. Unfortunately, the Europeans brought armies of men, conquistadors, ready to subdue the native population in pursuit of gold and new land. Armies is in the plain text of scripture right here, Zabayot. With the pretense of peace, they deceived the native peoples, deceiving them and cheating them through covenants and treaties that were never kept. Pretense is in this purple, crossing over both words in the access term. Deceived is in this brown lettering in this line. Cheating and swindling is here in this orange going up diagonal. Violence and destruction ensued. The natives were summarily dispossessed of their land. They suffered torture, deprivation, pain, and grief. Violence is here in the black lettering, going to the right. Destruction is in this burgundy. Dispossession is in this green, going to the lamed. Tortured is in this orange color. Deprivation is here in this pink, going diagonal. Pain and grief is here in this dark blue. Children and parents alike were murdered without mercy. It was like one big funeral of a way of life. Grief and despair consumed these once strong people. Children is in this light teal, going across to the right. And then a few rows below, we have parents in the light teal with the white lettering. Funeral is in this dark brown lettering. Grievance is in this plum lettering going up. And despairing is in the plain text of Scripture here in this pink color. Goes over to the shin. The natives' attempt at guarding their land and their way of life did not succeed. Much like Israel, they were dispossessed and in diaspora. Guarding is in this green color, going to the mem, yod, resh, hey. Israel is here in the blue, in the plain text of Scripture. And like Israel, there is still a remnant. Remnant is in this mauve color. And remnant was also in the other table where we looked at the vertical words. We need to pray for the restoration and revival among the First Nations peoples. When reconciliation and restitution is made to these people, it could be the key to our own restoration and revival in our land and in the world. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. Shalom.